Okay. Hey guys, this is Gloria Ward with another Self-Love Conversations. I know we haven't had one in a while, but of course, we had our workshop and a whole bunch of other things going on, but I'm definitely back and I'm glad that you guys are joining us. And today we have an amazing person who is going to talk about her concept of self-love. And it seems like we did a blog post on her where
Yes.
she's like this big media and have this big media and relations company where she's bringing so many women to our platform, where one of the women she bought actually won the $100 giveaway that we had. And so I definitely can't wait to talk about that and just to get into some girl talk and talk. So, Miss Chandra Gore, can you please give us a little bit of background about what you do and
Wow.
just let's start the conversation about self-love. But the first thing is, tell me what you do.
I am a business consultant and public uh, publicist for my one company, right?
Yep.
I'm also an event producer, a festival founder, and a community organizer.
Wow. Okay.
Um, I I have a lot of, I wear many hats, but my hat that I wear the most is my business consulting and my publicist hat,
Okay.
because a lot of people are sitting on gifts and babies that they need to have, and they can't birth them because they don't know where to start. So
Absolutely.
I was blessed with a gift that just in conversation I can pull out, and I can see, like, it's like an image that comes to me, and I can see exactly what the trajectory would be.
Right.
And
Right.
so, and I'm like, this is what we can do, X, Y, and Z, and get them where they're going. And then the media aspect is knowing how to talk to the media to get the media to listen.
Right. Which is very important.
Yes.
We have our publicist, Carissa, and we talk daily now about different things that we want to do. You know what I'm saying? So I know that the job that you have is amazing because you're pitching every day and asking every day and,
And this is,
really out there grinding and hustling for
and do
real.
you understand the role of a publicist? Because a lot of people assume that it's an overnight situation, and it's not.
Yeah.
Because you can pitch for months and months and months and months and months, and you hit that sweet spot, and the door opens.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things where people don't see the value add, and your publicist is, most publicists have only one job, and that's to do that. But I partner mine with my business, the business development aspect, so
Okay.
that if there's some tweaks that need to happen within your business so that you can be media ready, I'm there. I'm able to help you to do that.
Oh, well, that's a big bonus and plus.
Yeah.
So tell me, how did we get here though? When we talk about self-love a lot,
Ooh, child.
and we talk about, that whole concept of what do you see when you look in the mirror. So now tell me, what do you see when you look in the mirror when you see yourself?
No, okay. I've been through a lot. Not saying that my journey was worse than someone else's.
Right.
I listened to my dad's voice and my great grandmother's voice where they say, you know, you're why not you? You're stronger than the other person. So you can't, say, oh my gosh, why did I have to go through that? You're strong enough to go through it and
Right.
come out on the end. So I've been through a lot of heartache, a lot of points where I didn't love myself
Mm-hmm.
at all. Like, I didn't feel like I was worthy of love.
Right.
And especially from myself, because I doubted myself so much.
Mm-hmm.
So went through a lot between my divorce and my mental break, and bad relationships and bad friendships, toxic situations that I put myself in, because if I love these people enough, I can fix them and they'll see the greatness.
Oh yeah. I
You
bet.
lose you lost so much sight of myself, and I started to hate myself.
Wow.
you know?
Honey, I'm just coming out of a divorce too, so I already know what all that. I already know what the whole drama aspect is about. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it's so funny that you mentioned that because, you know, one of the things that I was going through during that period was really trying to understand what I did wrong in the whole thing and trying to understand like what could I do to fix it, because for some reason I kind of sort of knew it wasn't my fault, but then at the same time, you know how people talk in your head and they say, oh well, you know, it takes two to make this work, and you know, you
Right.
gotta stay, you gotta do all this stuff. So like, what was that turning point for you? Like, when you were going through that, what are some of the things you were thinking, you know, at the
And I
time?
went into my closet, and mind you, it was the countdown for me to have to move out of the house that I actually worked hard to buy for myself.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And during my divorce, I had to walk away from it. And I went into
mm-hmm.
my closet and asked, like, I had to ask those questions. I had to go inside myself and basically, oh, it was a breaking point.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like I finally cried. I
Okay.
finally cried. It
Was it
took,
anger all most of the time, or was it just that
it was
you just got
disappointing.
numb?
I was numb at first, but then
Mm-hmm.
I just got to the point where it's like I was so disappointed in myself for missing all of the signs that I should have read on the wall to walk away.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
How can you
oh,
do that though when you're, you know, you looking at what society tells you? Oh, you got
they,
to make your marriage work, and
yep,
it, you know, people who stay together for 30, 40 years, they just don't leave. It doesn't matter how bad it gets. You know,
no,
it's
I
like,
ain't want. Like I had to have a come to Jesus meeting with my dad. Like I was like, Daddy, I know. I got married 6 months after I turned 18, and girl, my father said to me, "You made the bed, now lie in it."
yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't that he was going to say leave him, but he's like, you knew what you was getting into. You know what I'm saying? You
No, I
knew
didn't.
everything wasn't.
Like,
But he said, as long as he don't put his hands on you, you know
oh,
what I'm saying, then you make it work. But then he put his hands on me.
oh no, no, no. Okay.
So that was like, oh, okay, now see, I
Mm,
tried now to work with you and your bald
right.
headed mama. Now you put your hands on me now. So that's where I think I felt like I could have avoided a lot, but then I wouldn't have had my reasons for living and being on this earth. I would have never had my children,
Absolutely.
but I look back, I look back now on some of the stuff I used to write so much, and I burned my journals
You
because
did.
it
Why?
was so much pain in those pages.
But that's where the strength is. It's like
And
when you read them, it's like
I got, I
it
didn't
was
cry no
hard.
more. I was getting mad.
Really?
There's a
You were
difference.
running
See,
evidence. That's what you was
let me tell you something. You can't go back and read everything, because sometimes you write
evidence.
and
That's
then
what it was.
somebody get a hold of it, they don't understand you writing, and then
Uh-huh.
you find yourself locked up
I
somewhere talking
got
about I
you.
shouldn't have never
I
showed
got
them
you.
that.
Good girl. They gone. Okay. They
I've
gone.
burned them, but I'm rewriting some stuff now because I feel like in the South, we have this thing where women are the backbone of families, and women bear the brunt of the emotions of our male counterparts, our partners. And it's like, we're supposed to endure the pain. We're supposed to endure the neglect. We're supposed to endure the shortcomings and find ways to fulfill us. And we have a whole partner
Mhm.
that's not supporting us. So we have to, you know, do what's necessary to make families work, even when that person's not pulling their load. It's a lot. I'm
It
not saying
is.
just in the South. I'm saying, but
But think about it. Think about how the generation was and how it worked. I remember with my grandmother, it was six of us, right? My mom passed, but it was the boys can go outside and play
you had to be
and
there.
live their life.
Mm-hmm.
we had to be upstairs. We had to cook. We had to do chores. They come in, they eat, they grab what they want, and then they go back outside. And then you
Yep.
ask, why can't I go?
Because you a
And
girl.
because you a girl. And that's exactly what it
You're
is.
supposed to be seen and not heard, first of all.
Correct. Mhm.
Um, that's not gonna work. I don't think I was supposed to be in the South because
But Sandra, you know what? It's so embedded though, where it's like you experience it, you know, at home, you experience it in relationships, you
yep,
experience it at work, and it's just this whole thing. Like even if I'm working and I'm in a room full of men and we're talking about mental health, right? Or we're talking
yep,
about something about showing your feelings, everybody is
and
they'll
look at
walk out the room or they'll bring the female counterpart to come in and talk
you.
with you and say, oh, Cheryl knows, you know, something about that.
I
And
don't know
she can help.
Cheryl like that, so
Right.
don't be bringing her in here to talk to me because me and Cheryl don't know each other. So,
Right.
and I've been in male dominated workplaces, and I think that's what a blessing came from being raised by my grandfather, was that my outlook wasn't as feminine as it should have been,
Mm-hmm,
but
mm-hmm.
I was able to speak to the men in the room and understand their point of view, because they would make comments like, "Oh, women are so emotional." First of all, y'all are emotional too,
Oh,
because
absolutely.
y'all have acts of passion where y'all just kill everybody in the room and be
Right.
like, "Oh my God, you killed everybody!" Like you didn't think it through.
Yep. It's
But they
just
have,
acting out in a different way. That's all.
right, and men are in we raise our boys and our men to have this very overinflated sense of self-confidence.
True. That is true. That is
Like they love themselves even though they not the best, but I am great because I'm a man.
yep.
Okay.
That is so true. So
So
true.
we as women we have these internal battles, I think, that we speak about, but as counterparts, as women to women, sometimes we don't even have sympathy for the next woman.
Because we're also trained that you are supposed to get through that. You got to be strong.
No,
You
we
know,
can't.
it is that syndrome of, well, you know, I mean, that's just what you got to take. That's what you got to do.
And it's unfair. It's really unfair as women, because sometimes we are our own worst enemy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like that's part of the reasons why it took me a while to get back to seeing myself for the greatness that I am, or loving myself. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Because you will, like, most of the toxic interactions I've had have been with other women. You know
Wow.
what I'm saying? And you would think that some of these women would be, oh, uplifting and understanding and, you know, wanting to help.
Mm-hmm.
But it turned into a situation where, okay, we can take, you know, while she's in this state, we can glean from her everything that we can and leave her dry, and
Wow.
don't feel it. And it's something that we rarely talk about among each other, because you could have a best friend that calls you every day but never asks you, "Hey girl, how you doing?"
Because they broken too, and that's the thing.
Right.
Because they're broken too, and that's the one of the reasons why we started this project, is because you gotta know that pain and that emptiness that you are feeling, the next woman is feeling. And that's why we share stories like this, because you gotta know that pain that you're trying to hide or trying to suck the life out of somebody because you think it's going to make you feel better, love yourself better, or they have your, you know, your best interest, whatever it is, right? You gotta
Yeah.
know that you cannot get that love or whatever you're trying to get from another person. It got to come from here,
And
you
that's,
know?
it took me to finding me again, for me to
Mm-hmm.
realize, like, dang, you know what? All those instances where I felt like they weren't being good friends to me,
Yeah,
I wasn't being a good friend to myself.
correct.
You know what I'm saying? And there's some things that you allow to happen because you don't value yourself or you don't deem yourself worthy yet.
They treat
So,
you the way you treat you.
right. And that's the thing. You show people how to treat you.
Yes, you do. Every day.
And so it's like
Every day.
when I saw this come about, like seriously, I was like, oh my gosh. Like every day, if you tell yourself, I'm loving me because I'm able to do, you use that as an affirmation to lead yourself into getting up out of the bed. Because some days it's hard for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I do deal with anxiety and depression, bipolar disorder. Like I have all of these things going, but it's something about speaking certain words to yourself that gets you where you need to go, gives you that motivation. You know what I'm saying? Because you can have all the love around you in the world, but if you don't speak to yourself the way that you need to be spoken to, then you're lost, because all that love is just going to bounce off. Absolutely. You're not going to receive it.
Absolutely. And so where are we now? Now that you're doing this work, and help us understand some of the work that you're doing, because that's the most important thing. Like what are some of the things that you're doing to really affirm and keep yourself going, knowing that you're battling with all these things?
I speak to myself differently.
Mm-hmm.
I plan my days. I don't look at the negative of things. I look at the positive side, because the moment you look at the negative of something, everything's going to be negative.
Right.
You're always going to have that cloudy view of things. So just by changing, like every morning I tell myself, ever since I saw that one, I was like, dang, that's powerful. Because once you speak something, it's more than just words.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like it plays into a part of your mind where you don't even know you need to hear it, but you hear those words, you say them out loud. I know some people pray and they're quiet when they pray, you know what I'm saying? But when you pray out loud, sometimes you speak those words, you speak those things you're thankful for, you speak those things that you want. It kind of like puts it out there, and you have to receive it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So I'm happy that I'm actually on that path in all of these years, as much as I say, oh my gosh, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. Some of those days I was just saying it so that I could get into the habit of believing it. Mm-hmm. But you could say I love myself all the time, but if you say I'm loving me because, you list things, why? It makes that I love myself even more. It makes it even better. Like I wrote it down. I was like, you know what? When you start, I'm loving me because I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. When you run out of paper on a legal size pad, and you run out of space, and you could go flip it over and keep going, like, come on, like that right there, you find so many reasons why to love yourself, and you can keep going. Like
that is called power. You find power in doing that. And it wakes up something in you because you know it's there, right? But it's like what you said. You gotta believe it. But if you hear it and you do it out loud, I know I found myself so many times, like I would be driving in the car and I'm talking to myself. I'm talking myself into a good mood. Okay. I am talking myself into a good mood where I am going and going. I'm talking to God. I'm talking to myself. I tell people, you see me somewhere and I'm talking to myself and it's out loud, just ignore me. I'm having a staff meeting. Okay.
Right. By myself. And I take myself out to staff meetings all the time. I go to my favorite place, sit down and talk and enjoy myself.
Right.
Like I listen. I like that's a great idea to do staff meetings, because you got to reward your staff.
Absolutely.
And ain't idea you got to staff a day off. So
absolutely.
Every now and then I call in sick to myself. So listen, you got to be able to do those things. Mm-hmm. I just say, this project I didn't even know, like, seriously, I just ran across. I was like, oh, okay. let me see what they're talking about. And it just seeing it just it made me smile so much, because it's like, dang, out of everything that I've gone through, I can say I'm loving me because of the fact that I didn't give up. I didn't just stop. I didn't just throw my hands up and say, you know what, y'all kids better get how y'all live. Somebody better come talk to me, y'all, because I don't know what y'all gonna do.
Right.
You know, I didn't do that, and I feel like a lot of times, like, it's not the simplest things, but it's what's needed when you know it's you don't know what you need until you get it sometimes. That's it. Mm-hmm. And it's like, dang, I don't know you from Adam or Eve or nobody, but you
no, I get it. And you know, is the reason why we do this, because once you start to discover that there is something on the inside of you and it just wakes up. And, you know, like I tell the women all the time, you're in a community where there are people who are actually working every day to continuously, you know, keep this upliftment going. It really makes a difference, because one, you know, you're not by yourself. Two, you feel like you have the support that you need. And then three, you can have those hard conversations, because, you know, we're not sitting up here doing motivational speaking, pumping you up and then leaving you alone and telling you whatever. What we're saying is, you know, we have those hard conversations where, look, today is not a good day for me, you know, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to speak my way into this so it can be a good day, because what I know, and like what you said, if I start to think negative, my whole day is going to go negative.
Whole day. What I mean? I've actually made myself, okay, no, I take that back. He's made me, he's like, you having a bad day. Go back to bed and get back up again.
Right.
Like, don't tell you to go back to bed. Take a nap. Wake up and let's start over, because you're not going to walk in here with this today. I'm like, I'm grown, but I'm going to go ahead and take a nap, because maybe you right about something. I got up on the wrong side of the bed. Let me do this over one. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you do got to reset. Lay down, get back up, and try it again.
Right.
Because if not, I've seen people get up and just be a grouch. I'm like, it is 4:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, birds ain't even up yet, and you angry. I don't know why.
Exactly. Like how you wake up angry like that? Like, so the whole night you didn't dream about anything good. You just got up and you just mad. It's like, no, I'm with that person. Go ahead.
I don't know what kind of sleep they were doing, but
So what can you tell the women out there? We have a community of over 8,000 women and a little group of men.
It's growing.
Right? And, you know, we're all looking for some tips or anything that we can use to really, you know, keep ourselves lifted up and really continue to start to love ourselves. So I could tell right away, just based on your spirit. I've seen you smile throughout this whole interview. I've seen you laugh, joke. So something is working, right?
Yes.
Something is working. If you can share it with us, I will greatly appreciate that.
So I actually started changing my mindset. So the first thing I do before my feet hit the floor, I give thanks, because I'm giving thanks because I'm able to open my eyes, my heart is beating, and I'm breathing. And so being thankful that I'm able to be in my right mind is the first step. You know what I'm saying? And then if any kind of negative, doubtful thought comes in, I start talking to myself and telling myself, you know, I'm grateful, I'm loving me, I'm feeling, you know, all of these things. And then I get up, because, I drink water, drink lots of water.
Right.
Then I get up and I start my day, because a lot of people roll over. The first thing they do is check Facebook.
Yep.
Don't do that, because you don't know what is on your timeline that could potentially upset you, play with your mind, make you know what I'm saying? No. First thing, start with a grateful heart when you wake up. You know what I'm saying? And that will actually lay the groundwork for a great day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can actually say that, like, it's a different way of thinking. Like, I was excited all day today. I had so much to do today, but I was excited all day today. It's Monday. People say, oh my gosh, I hate Mondays. No, I'm thankful for Mondays. Because it's another week starting that you can make, do something great. You can change your world in one day. You know what I'm saying? So that's where you wake up, and I was so thankful for the ability to do that. You know what I'm saying? And being able to see my children in the daylight. Like, those are things I'm so grateful that I'm just so grateful that I'm able to talk about the different things. And that's what I changed about myself. And I laugh and I smile. And even though, because somebody's like, why are you smiling in the worst? First of all, something about smiling, it does something to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes you feel all warm. And I'm like, I'm a smile.
Feel sad when you're smiling. You know what I'm saying?
You can't. It takes more to frown or more to be sad than to smile. So those are my things. Like, start your day with being thankful, giving thanks, drink your water, and smile. Like, that's been my whole thing. Like, and I say, it's amazing, like, how powerful I'm loving me. How powerful. You know what I'm saying? Those are 3 words.
Yep.
How powerful I'm loving me. And you can say, because I'm loving me because I got up. I'm loving me because, like, you could go on. And that statement alone is powerful within itself, because you have to think about it. I'm loving me. Like, okay, this is why. Like, and you go down your list, and then by the time you get down to the bottom, you all hyped up. Like, okay.
Right.
I don't know what inspired you to put those 3 words in that sentence, because that's a statement with itself. I'm loving me.
I told people God gave it to me. I was sitting down one day and I was struggling to figure out what is it I wanted to do with my life as far as the next steps, because I was going through a divorce and everything. And I took a hard look in the mirror and I just couldn't figure it out. And I was stuck doing something I really did not want to do. I was so disgruntled. And one day I just came in and I was at the place where I was working. And I just put, I'm loving me. And I just started writing and writing and writing. And an hour later, I had the whole concept. I really did.
I actually, and I have the paper. I have to get it. I folded it up and put it in my journal. I wrote it, like, that was the first thing, I'm loving me. And I just kept writing. I was like, okay, girl. Like, and just writing those things helped me realize, like, because I was going to close all my businesses and go get me another job.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even going to joke. Like, I was about to say, okay, this was fun. Y'all got, I don't need this no more. Like, I virtually gave up. And it took a lot for me to say, oh, okay, girl, you was tripping. Look at all those things. When you look at a list like that and all of the things that I've accomplished, I would be a fool to have been brought so far to give up.
Right.
And, like, I think that's why it just stood out, because it's like those words has made me realize, like, I'm loving me because of the fact that I can make a way out of no way, and I can, I can touch something or massage somebody's project and make it something so great. Like, I'm good at that. I need to own that stuff about myself.
Yeah.
And so that's where it's like, that's why I had to tell you, like, how do I tell people about how powerful this whole project is? You know what I'm saying? Like, I had no clue. I was just scrolling through, going through my, through the group, trying to figure out different things. And it said those words, like, I wrote something so short, but it's like I ended up writing so much more. And I was like, I didn't even know where to start. I was like, let me go ahead and this is my response, because I could have gone on for days.
Wow.
Because listen, if people have not read or not found out about this project, they need to understand how powerful it is. Because it's the power of those words. Will get where where you need to go.
I believe that. And so now you have to tell us about your business. How can we find you? You are such an amazing, bubbly publicist where you can help a whole bunch of business women get on the map. You have, introduced us to an amazing woman who won our giveaway, which I want you to talk about.
Okay,
So tell us about the business part of you.
You could find me on Facebook and Instagram and on my website at Chandra Gore Consulting.
Mm-hmm.
And there you'll find my link tree to my other businesses, my festivals, and coming up. People can be a part of those different things. This is enough about me right quick. But let's talk about Miko.
Yeah. Okay.
Miko Kelly. Okay. So
Miko won our $100 giveaway, guys. And Ms. Sandra here actually nominated her and she won. So she's going to give us some insight.
I'm excited because Miko has been through some tremendous setbacks, adversities, everything. And she never gave up. Like, she's lost on levels that I don't think I could ever endure. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But in spite of all of that, she tells her story about her sexual abuse and all of the things that she was put through. And there is no way. Like, we were at our book reading. We were doing her when she launched her book last year. And I was reading excerpts from the book.
Right. And
it brought me to tears because I saw myself in her. You know what I'm saying? The kicker is we found out we're family. Uh-huh. So, mind you, I've lived in a bubble a long time and didn't realize how much family I did have. And I wasn't raised with them or nothing like that, but we found each other.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But her story is one that a lot of people would have never told. Mm. They never would have shared the heartache, the pain, and the loss. You know what I'm saying? And she put it on paper and she put herself out there.
Wow.
And she's so beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And to have endured all of that, like, it's because of her that I opened myself up to be loved again. It's because of all of these things come into play that, and it's like, she's deserving of everything that she receives in this season. Wow. Because for her to have gone through so much and has been able, she wasn't supposed to be here. Mm. You know what I'm saying? By all accounts, she was not supposed to be here. And she's like a fighter.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? She's she's more than a pretty face. She's the strongest woman that I think I've ever met. You know what I'm saying? That's walking this earth, because there is no way, because I would have been in somebody's jail cell.
Right.
I would have been, I'm sorry. And so, because it's every time I think about it and we talk about it and I see what she's done for herself.
Yeah.
She's phenomenal. And I can't wait for you to talk to her. And
yes, I can't wait to talk to her now.
It's gonna be one of them stories. It's gonna be one of those things like, girl, wait a minute.
Yes.
With all of this, and she sings her heart out.
Oh, she's a singer.
She's a singer. She's a motivator. She's one of those people that is going to change. She's going to change a lot of people's lives and a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? And it takes a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because she preaches, she tells people self-love is key.
Yep.
And it's only befitting that, you know what I'm saying? She, connected, and actually it's crazy because it's like, everything is aligned like it's supposed to be.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Because she's known as the love queen because she promotes self-love.
Wow.
I could go on for days because she keeps me motivated, because the times I wanted to quit, I'm telling you, it takes a collective of sisters to come
Oh, I get
in.
you.
We don't even know each other.
Yep.
Like, if it was all y'all, I was like, y'all, I'm gonna
Yep.
see y'all later. I'm going, I'm out. But it's one of those things, and I think that
Oh,
when you all talk, and God is one of those. God has a funny way of doing things. It's not the way we want it to be,
yep.
but he has a funny way of making you listen and making you understand. Like, hey, go this way.
Mhm.
Don't do that. Or,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? Putting
Absolutely.
you where you. Wasn't even. I was alone. You know what I'm saying? Like alone. It was me and my children.
Right.
And lo and behold, I actually just go to this event, take pictures, and I see somebody with my face.
Wow.
And they started talking. It was my life changed that day. Like it changed because I wasn't out here by myself.
Wow.
And she's a strong one, I tell you. And it's like I just can't wait for you. Like I
I
can't.
can't wait to meet her now. I
She's
really
amazing.
can't.
Like I'm trying not to.
I know.
It's hard because it's like you think that you went through something, and there's somebody that just overcame, and you like, well, then what am I over here boo-hoo crying about this mess
Right.
when this person's over? You
Right.
kind of put things in perspective, and that's
Mm-hmm.
what it is. And I couldn't ask for, you know what I'm saying, my life to be any different. I could not.
I always tell people, God always bring together the strangers who will speak into your life and be with you because you always need another perspective, somebody that's outside your family and who who sees you for you and not what they know of you, right?
Yep.
And it really allows you to really see what kind of person you are. And in this community, like I tell the women, the support that you get, even if we send you a quote every day, we send you some information, something uplifting, we have our workshops, all that stuff, all of that has meaning because self-love is a daily thing. It is nothing that you just get, you pour into, and you wait for it to run out, and then you come back and you fill it up again, and then you
Gotta
wait.
do the work
There's gotta do the work. You
every day.
gotta do the work. I heard this lady say, once, that have you ever seen somebody who said their cup was full, but they have a slow leak, right?
Ooh,
And I just said, honey, sometimes that's me. You know what I'm saying?
yep.
Sometimes that's me where my cup is full, but I got a slow leak because you just never know how to deal with, different things. So again, you have to tell us, how can we follow you? You know, uh, how can they email you if they looking for your services? Like give us everything that we need so that
Okay.
if somebody wants to work with you, they can. Because
I
obviously, guys, especially, and I have to say this, especially you women out there who are looking to start your business. We're doing our Girls Leap um, portion of our program. And I am encouraging every woman who want to start a business or who have a business to really get involved because we are bringing entrepreneurs like yourself and we're bringing those people that can help you build your business. So you can actually see this bubbly, wonderful personality that you will get if you need a publicist or someone to help you market your book or
mhm.
your product or anything. So here she is.
Okay, I can be found on my website, www.chandragoreconsulting.com, or on Facebook, Chandra Gore Consulting, Instagram, Sigor Consults, Facebook, Twitter, Sigor Consults. My email is chandra@chandragoreconsulting.com. And that's how you can find me. You can DM me. You can send me a message on Facebook. You can tag me in something, and I'll respond to you. I'm pretty good at looking at people and talk. I'm getting better at looking at people and talking back to people. And but yeah, you can reach me on those platforms. You know, I'm around.
Oh, Chandra, thank you so much for
Thank
being here.
you.
Thank you so much for doing the interview. And again, ladies, follow her, connect with her and really consider doing business with her. She has done some amazing things so far with some of her clients. And she got her client to have $100 giveaway. So you might want to consider something. So thank you so much for doing the interview. If there's anything that you need, please let us know. You know how to actually get in contact with us. I hope you stick around and participate in some of our events.
I
Come help some of
will.
our women, learn how to grow their business, what it means to market themselves.
Oh, I love
And
Atlanta.
oh yes, and
Give me a reason to come down to Atlanta. I'll be there. I just need a reason. I was supposed to be down there the last weekend, but I couldn't make it. But I'm here for it.
really,
I love me
man.
some
So
Atlanta.
man, so let's connect and let's keep it going. But thank you so much for doing the interview. Okay.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, guys, and I'll see you in the next self-love conversations. And look out for all of the updates and everything that we have going on. I already told you guys we're doing our own app. We're gonna have our own app coming out, and we're gonna have some wonderful things for those of you who are starting your business. So I'll see you guys later, and thank you again. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.